So, my people, Sharia law, Sharia court has come to stay in Yoruba land. Like, there's no two ways about it. These people, they are not giving up, my people. So, recently, you guys know that they postponed the Sharia law, Sharia court inauguration in Yoruba land. And ever since then, there's this a loggerhead between Yorubas, especially from Muslim side and Christian side. So, Sultan of Sokoto has come out to write a very long letter saying the reasons why they have to establish Sharia court, Sharia law in Yoruba land. My people, that is wahala. Just take a listen and hear what Mayogo have to say concerning this matter.
Brethren, this issue of Sharia seems to be something very personal to some of these guys from northern Nigeria. And I don't see meme. You don't see meme? I have seen meme. I have seen a level of kind of disagreements, including insults upon insults between the Muslim Ronukus as well as the traditional Ronukus. The Yorubas, they are Yorubas, okay? The Ronukus are Yorubas, kind of like majority of them. So the Sultan of SOKOTO has released a statement because in Nigeria, the Sultan of SOKOTO is believed to be the leader of all Muslims in Nigeria by the settings, by the arrangement. So, and because they are the ones who kind of wrote the Nigeria Constitution, they ensured that for more than 40 times, Sharia was mentioned in Nigeria 1999 Constitution as amended now. All right? To the point that Nigeria is a country where they have two laws, one for the North and one for the rest of us in Nigeria. So the idea of pushing for Sharia in criminal and penal code of Yoruba Land has been resisted. So in the last few weeks, they sponsored some Islamic fanatics in Yoruba Land to begin to push the idea that Sharia must be established in Yoruba Land apart from the normal, customary and conventional courts for everybody. According to the proponent of this Sharia, what have you, in Oyo State, they wanted to start what they call the Sharia courts. And in Lagos State, they want a Sharia court. Across Yoruba Land, they want Sharia court. But they have met a serious resistance from the majority of Yorubas, including Yoruba Muslims, who are saying that in Yoruba Land, the Muslims, the Christians, and the other religions, they are coexisting under the current existing penal code as well as the criminal code of Nigeria. There is no religious court in any part of the Yoruba Land, not like the northern Nigeria, where they have Islamic courts called Sharia courts. They also have Islamic police called Isba police, in northern Nigeria. And, from the experience, a lot of us from the southern part of Nigeria have become, especially the southwest, we have seen the damages, okay, of using the political Sharia in Nigeria, where the criminal politicians from northern part of Nigeria are allowed to loot. They are allowed to commit all kinds of crimes, including drug abuse, alcohol abuse, and what have you. But the poor people have become the victims. They have been those, their Sharia law has been somehow like forced on. We have seen them sentence people to death. They have sentenced the people to have their hands chopped off. They have sentenced people to public lashing. We have seen them threaten people. We have also seen their mob, in the name of Allah, burn somebody to death, beheaded the other, or stone somebody to death in the name of blasphemy. So all this kind of thing today, they have made us, especially in Yoruba Land, to say no. And saying no is not because the Yorubas are not acceptance or they are intolerance of Islam. No. So this is what they have been pushing. So their Sultan of SOKOTO released this statement. Let me read it in parts. Okay? They call it a live and let live, according to the Sultan of Sokoto. So in part, he said, give me a circle. The Nigerian Supreme Council for Islamic Affairs, under the leadership of his President General and the Sultan of Sokoto, His Eminence Muhammad Sa'ad Abubakar, CFR, is particularly disturbed about the high state of intolerance and disregard for the rights of Muslims. You did hear him? He said, especially in the southern part of the country. The most recent of this is the development emanating from Ekiti State, where the effort of the Muslim community to set up an independent Sharia arbitration panel was met with unwarranted resistance and objections from both political and traditional quarters. This is coming barely a few weeks after the announcement on the inauguration of a Sharia panel in Oyo State, generated unnecessary anxiety, thereby leading to its indefinite postponement. The Independent Arbitration Panel, which is a voluntary platform designed solely for the resolution of civil and marital disputes among consenting Muslims, was to fill the inexplicable vacuum created by the failure of the political elite in southwestern Nigeria to establish Sharia courts, as allowed by the Nigerian Constitution in southwestern states, despite the huge population of Muslims in the region. This is the Sultan of Sokoto inciting Islamic wahala in Yoruba Land. Are you following? This and other cases, such as the denial of the right of female students to wear the hijab, despite a Supreme Court judgment, are nothing but calculated attempts to prevent Muslims in the region from practicing their faith. Are you hearing that now? There are people who are saying that no to Sharia. The Sultan of Sokoto said it is to prevent the Muslims in the region from practicing their faith. Sultan of Sokoto is inciting Islamic war in Yoruba Land. You follow? Said, meanwhile, arbitration and the Sharia Court of Appeal, just like the customary Court of Appeal, which all of them are provided for in the 1999 Constitution as amended of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, see Section 275, confirming the legality of both initiatives. The NSCIA strongly supports the establishment of independent Sharia arbitration panel in Ekiti and Oyo. Ogun killed this Sultan of Sokoto for the purpose so intended, especially where the Muslims in the state have been denied their constitutional right to a Sharia court of appeal in all the states of the southwestern Nigeria. The council cannot find any legal jurisdiction for the unnecessary alarm and unwarranted resistance. All the states in the north have Sharia courts, and some, in addition, have customary courts. The council calls on the governors and traditional authorities in the southern part of the country, particularly the southwest, to ensure that the constitutional rights of Muslims in their respective domains are preserved and protected. While others are allowed to live, Muslims should also be let live. You see now, this is what the Ronukus have been reacting to. Say now, Ogungo kill this Sultan of Sokoto. Alaye Sultan of Sokoto, what do you mean that the Muslims are not being allowed to practice their religion? Shebi Sharia is for Muslim, Abi. Customary court, did they tell you that customary court is a Christian court? Abi na Babalawo court. It is the local traditional court where the disputes about marriage, about land and what have you are settled, right? Do you see the problem now? Yorubas were not invited to the drafting of 1999 Constitution. Igbos were never invited. Southern Nigeria, Northern Nigeria were never invited. Fulanis selected the people that would write them in their midst of their elite to set up a constitution, and they forced it on the rest of us in 1999. Since then, it has been cut and join, cut and paste constitution, most plastered, edited, fake constitution in the history of Nigeria since 1999. Oh, the Yorubas did not vote for 1999 constitution. The Igbos did not vote for 1999 constitution. Those who put Sharia inside it, what they are practically saying is that according to the law of Nigeria, normal, you get, there must be Sharia court in the east. There must be Sharia court in the middle belt. There must be Sharia court all over Nigeria. Anywhere you see Muslim, there must be Sharia court for them. they cannot use the same court as others because they are Muslims. They have their own set rules, set laws, and therefore they must be allowed because under their freedom of religion. There is nothing that says that they have to set up the Babalawo's court. There is nothing in that constitution that says that they must set up a Christian court. But there is something there that says that they must set up Sharia courts as well as customary courts in Nigeria. Now, those who drafted that nonsense constitution, right? They practically have they had the northern Nigeria in mind because they know that they will ask for Sharia because they claim to be Muslims, Islamic in the north. The southern part of Nigeria is expected to have customary courts. Here you get now. But what the Sultan of SOKOTO is saying is that, according to your constitution, that Sharia court they didn't say specifically that it must be for the north. It says there must be Sharia court across Nigeria. That is where the Ronukus have now started saying, what do you call yourself, Mr. Sultan of SOKOTO? The Nigerian Supreme Council of Islamic Affairs. Benny, your Islamic affair or no Islamic affair, or whether you are the leader of, this one, they gave you the title of the leader of all Muslims in Nigeria. Baba, if I say, you the madu, you are the leader of the Muslims in northern Nigeria, you Okoja, what do you call that place? Sokoto, Katsina, northern Kaduna, part of Adamawa, part of Borno, then come back to part of Niger. Alaye, your Sultan or Sultan of SOKOTO for Muslim, Munko, you know, reach Yoruba Land. Respect yourself. Respect yourself. But guess what? The Ronukus of southern Nigeria, who are Kasimu of Yoruba Land, they are now telling anybody who cares, everyone that cares to listen, that the Sultan of SOKOTO is their leader. Let me tell you something. For all of us Muslim, Sultan of SOKOTO is our leader. If he says that whatever he says, we obey. So since yesterday, Baba, it has been the fight between them. Again, if you have been active online, you probably would have seen a few of them. Every layer, left, right, and center. If this one is not saying Abogun won't kill Sultan of SOKOTO, Abaye Sultan of Bajeni. If they burn your Satan, well, being come down to Yoruba Land. You see that bed sheet where they head, that bed sheet, they go wrap them, they could take wrap them back. I can't talk about my Satan from left to right, talk about my unwrap that bed sheet on his head. Sure you get, need that Satan, you go more. I was like, sure, need Suru. Sure you get, everybody shall calm down. Yoruba says we don't want Sharia. Muslims of Yoruba Land, those ones who are not the Omoales, those ones who believe that their own culture and tradition is inferior to their religion. Those ones who are not trying to put one above the other, those who have been coexisting for centuries. Is it up to centuries now? 100 years is century, Abi. 200 years. And now, Muslims and Christians and the other, religions in Yoruba Land have been coexisting. So we don't need Sharia in order to be able to live or practice our religion, or anybody practicing their religion in southern Nigeria. Is it by force? Sultan of SOKOTO, is it by force? These are the reactions of people that I have seen. And indeed, I endorse the message. You get me now?
So my people, just as Mayogo said, that Yorubas don't want any Sharia law, Sharia court in Yoruba Land. And this is the reason why a lot of people are clamoring for the constitutional reform. As you can see, the Sharia law, Sharia court is inside that constitution, that they have right to establish Sharia law, Sharia court in any part of Nigeria. So my people, I don't know what you think. I would love you guys to leave your thoughts in the comment section about everything Mayogo said here. Don't forget to subscribe if today is your first time, and also give this video a thumbs up. Thank you so much everyone for watching, and I will see you guys in my next update. Goodbye for now.
Welcome to Shamra Seniors TV.